Hi, you guys. I did it. It's been 15 days. Yay. Anyway, it is Saturday, early afternoon on March 27th, 2021. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Purl Podcast, episode 215. A little stash and a forward three. You can find the show notes on for this podcast on knitandpurl-doris.blogspot.com. In social media, I am, excuse me, One Fine Cow, all spelled out, on Ravelry and Twitter. I am One Fine Design with the number 1 in front of it on Facebook and Etsy, and I'm Doris M. Smith, all lowercase and smooshed together, on Instagram. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Purl Podcast group. But all of those things I just said, you don't have to remember, because in the down bar below are links to the show notes, to the Ravelry group. If you click on the show notes, at the very top, under the video, there are my social media, all clickable links. You can go and follow me. I do a podcast Ravelry group birthday shout out every podcast. These birthdays will be from, I think, the 13th of March through the end of March. There are 3 birthdays. We have Happy Scrappy Life. Her birthday was on the 16th. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat for some reason. Coffee. And we have L. Clark 10/18/96. Her birthday was on the 20th of March. And we have Meiji. Her birthday was on the 22nd. So happy birthday, you all. I hope that you did have a wonderful birthday, that you got to spend time with your friends and family, virtually or otherwise, that you got good gifts, got good fibery gifts, and that you had and enjoyed your version of a birthday cake. Also, if you are in the Ravelry group and you don't share your birthday information on Ravelry, and you had a birthday during this time, happy birthday, and all the wishes to you as well. Okay, story of the week and stash enhancement. Yes, I have a little stash. And I got some Mojo, and you'll see finished objects. Some you've never seen before. 1 you've never seen before, and 2 that were faux previously. So let's start with the stash. I did some ice yarn stashing, thanks to the Secret Yarnery was opening her ice stash, and so that sent me on a rabbit hole to ice. I'm sorry if you hear that. So remember last time I showed you the heart scarf, and I said I wanted to make a blanket or like an Afghan throw? Well, she was showing this yarn. It's a Saver. Let me see. It's Saver in pink. I'm going to show you what is on the bag. This is the number. And this is 100% Draylon acrylic, which I've never felt before. She said it's a very nice yarn, and I wanted to feel it. It's nice. It's not, it doesn't have that Super Saver plastic feel. A little bit, but not for a blanket. It'll be good. That's and it's Saver. I bought It comes in a package of 2, and I brought 2 packages, very reasonably priced. The Secret Yarnery always says, if you order, make sure that you get your money's worth, which I didn't, because there's no way I can buy as much as she buys. So the shipping was more than the yarn, but it's worth it. It comes in a few days from Turkey. So I bought 2 packages of these for a throw. Hang on. Unplanned. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Hopefully it's available. Easily available. Yep, it is. This pattern. This, is just gorgeous. And I have it linked in last podcast, this pattern. It's a video tutorial, but he also has written patterns on his Etsy store. It's Fiber Spider. Well, I want to make a blanket, a throw of this It's so fun and simple out of this color. Soon to be on the hook. So that's one stash. And then a little bit later, I went to ICE again because, Facebook puts this stuff in front of you. So I went on and I was looking at the new stuff and I found, oh my goodness. My most favorite yarn ever. If you remember, I knit my sister a sweater because I got this because I wanted her to have a sweater. Airwool Multi. But I told you the cost was higher and the quality was way down. I think for a sweater's quantity, a little more than a sweater's quantity, because I have this and this left, it was $50. And I wasn't happy with the quality of this yarn. It was nothing compared to what I had, the pink and white that I had knit a couple things with. I loved the yarn. I loved it. I didn't love this. So on ICE, they showed this yarn called Nordic. And I looked at it. The colors were the same as what was on Hobium for this yarn. Same color, same everything. And I'm like, this has to be the same stuff. Just packaged differently, but it has to be the same stuff. So I purchased it. It's the same stuff. It's just packaged differently. It has 169, same quantity. The only thing I found different was that the Nordic has 23% wool, 64% acrylic, and 13 polyamide. And this has, where is it? I've just read it. This has 74% acrylic, 13 polyamide, and 13 wool. So this has more wool in it. I'm also going to compare. It's the same stuff. It is the same stuff. And you guys, I bought 2 packs of 4, a sweater's quantity. With the shipping was $34. And this was $50. This has more wool. So of course I got my color. Let me see if here's the, if you wanted to look it up, there's the number, and it says white light, but I think it's white and light orchid is the color. You guys, this is one of my all-time favorite yarns, and I'm holding myself back starting a sweater. Because, yeah. I have a couple sweaters in mind. I'm sorry for the crinkling. For this yarn. This, like I said, I was not happy with the quality at all with this yarn. So that is the stash. Let me read more of my show notes. I said I got some mojo and knit a sweater in the last 2 weeks. I actually knit a sweater in 8 days. Work has been slow and low hours, plus effective March 14th, I got a pay cut, another $2 pay cut. Not because my work is any different, but because Medicare has reduced the reimbursement for assistant treatments. I'm an occupational therapy assistant. So I feel pretty burnt out and I want to do something different. So please pray for me. Keep me in your thoughts and prayers regarding God's direction. I'm 60. I'll be 61 in May. What? I don't know. It's too early to retire. I keep thinking maybe God's preparing me for living on less. Maybe so. I don't know. But, you know, pray for increased hours and anyway, I'm happy because I have some a new sweater and some faux that. So let's just start on the faux. I've actually finished this in about an hour ago. This I haven't showed in a while, and after I finished 2 other things, I picked it up and I powered through it. It's just, I started with one of my favorite, or a simple shawl favorite pattern start, and just knit it how I wanted it, and I ended up, if you can see, I ended up doing like a garter ridge because, you know, the stockinette was getting monotonous. So I added 1 garter ridge, then I added 2 garter ridges, 3 garter ridges, 4 garter ridges, 5 garter with 5 rows in between each, just to make it more interesting to knit. And I finished it, and it is lovely and wonderful, and it's acrylic, and these are balls of yarn that Melissa said, here, you want these? They're bulky, and she doesn't like bulky yarn. She said a friend of hers gave this to her. So I started this a while ago. So when I finished another thing, I just decided to, anyway, my hair's okay. I just decided to just power through this and finish it, and I finished it this morning. Woven the ends. This, did I tell you what this yarn is? This, I'm pretty sure, is some homespun from Lion Brand, and which is not fun to knit, but I used a 10.75 needle, and it knit up nice, and it's going to be a nice something to throw on in air conditioning. I don't know what the color is. I don't know. I just know it's some, I'm trying to let you see the colors. There. Can you see the colors? I can't see if you can see the colors. Yeah, you can. It's like a jewel tone. It's very pretty, and I'm pretty sure that it's homespun. But it's a nice, squishy shawl. I also completed the Just Feel Festive shawl, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Kalisha Ryan. And I just destashed some leftover pieces of DK yarn and crocheted this up. I don't remember what size hook I used. Do I have that in my notes? No, I don't. I don't know. I don't know which hook I used, but it's completed. Here it is. All scraps of DK. This was a Mandela. I think this is an ice cream. This might be part of an ice cream. This was an ice cream. Ice cream. This was some bloom that I made a sweater, a little sweater out of. This was all the bloom. This was just some, I don't know. And this was another Mandela. So it's a nice, roomy little wrap scarf. This is also a fun pattern. Pretty simple. This is the end I started on. You crochet however much, and you're crocheting diagonal. I don't know what it's called. But that's finished. And the dark winter is almost over. So, the piece to resistance. Y'all remember a couple years ago I knit a rug sweater. While I'm getting up and moving around, let me just go get it. Let me take a sip of coffee and go get it. I love the rug sweater, but it didn't fit. I even went up a needle size, and it's still, I knitted it. I partially knitted it. I noticed that it wasn't going to fit, so I ripped it out and restarted it, made it in a bigger needle size. It still doesn't fit, because I don't know if it's because of the color work. I don't know. But it doesn't fit. But I love it. It's beautiful. But it's sitting in my tote. And I can't use it. It's 100% wool. I would say this is on the smaller size, large to a larger medium size. It would fit somebody with on the high end of medium or large. It depends on how you want your sweater to fit, okay? And you'll know why I'm telling you this, because it's a medium to a low end of a large if you want it to be roomy and oversized. I can wear this. I can put it on, and I'll just do it. But I don't like the fit. It's not my style of sweater. I don't like to wear a tight sweater. And especially at the bust. You can see it cuts off my bust. It's not roomy. It's not, to me, it's not comfortable. I can't raise my arms up any higher than this. To somebody else who has maybe a smaller size bust, smaller size arms, this would be perfect for them. It's not perfect for me. So, I said all that. See, it's so... And this really isn't sweater weather anymore. I'm sorry. This is crazy. I might have to cut this out. I said all of that regarding the size because my hair. I can't look at them. Okay, you're just going to have to look at some crazy hair. I might have to cut all this out. Anyway, I said all that about the size because I'm going to give this away. It's sitting in my totes. I can't use it. Oh, Lord, look, there's my totes over there. Anyway, I can't use it. It doesn't fit me right, and I want somebody else to get enjoyment out of it. So, on the Ravelry group, I'll have to think about this. I will put something in the Ravelry group and possibly in the down bar below in case somebody on YouTube wants the sweater. Maybe I'll just do a YouTube giveaway. Okay. Let me let this stew in my head. I might have to wait till next week, but somebody else needs this sweater because I can't use it. And it's beautiful. But it doesn't fit me. So, I knit me another rug sweater, and I don't know why this is so much bigger. I did not do the color work on this sweater. And it is the rug. I think I used the 10.75 was what I used with these. This one. That one. The yarn I used. Okay, the rug sweater is a free pattern on Ravelry by Junko Okamoto. I modified it by not knitting the color work, and I used a 10.75 needle. The yarn I used is Barcelona Big Loops and Threads in the BB04 rose color. This says I used a 10. Maybe it was a 10. I don't know. I think it was 10 because I used my Knit Pro Zings interchangeables. Whoops. Yeah, this is a 10. This is going to be a crazy episode. Anyway, I knit a sweater. I finally got a rug sweater that fits me, and I love it. I knit look at this. Look at the difference. This is the type of sweater I wanted. Something that I could throw over. I'm in the spring, you wear short sleeves, but it's still, 50 degrees in the morning or, whatever. You throw this on over your clothes and wear it as outerwear. I love it. I love the yarn. I also, the pattern calls for short rows all the way down because the back comes down further than the front because there are short rows all the way through. They call for Japanese short rows. Well, me and Japanese short rows do not get along. I had holes and craziness, so I just used German short rows and it worked out fine. So, whips. I went to Walmart and purchased some material, cut it to the size to put in my fat bottom bag, and that's all I've gotten done. I'm nervous about it, so I keep putting it off. But that will be, hopefully by next podcast that will be done. I also, none of the other whips I've done anything with. I did finish those 2 whips, which yay. But I have a lot of leftover yarn from my sangria sweater. That sweater right there. So I decided, I have a little lady that I care for at a facility that I work. She's always cold, and she's got a couple of my ponchos that I made. So I decided that I was going to knit her one of those sweaters. So I started that this morning. She's a very small lady, frail lady, so I'm knitting obviously a smaller size and starting with different colors. And yeah, I just cast it on. So I have plenty of that yarn, and it might as well go to somebody who will use it. So that's all I got. No spinning's been done. That's it. This is a long, crazy one. I may or may not cut some stuff out. I don't know. But it's good to talk to you all. Thank you for coming and spending your time with me. And I hope that you have a blessed weekend. And if you have time, click on that Etsy shop and just go look at some stuff and click and like some stuff. And sometimes that drives people there. And I thank you very much. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and maybe I could be doing this for a living instead of working. Who knows? Only God knows. You know what I mean? Pray for our nation. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks for the next episode of the Knit and Purl podcast. Bye, you guys.